Shalom, welcome to Claim Your Inheritance. This is your host, Auseer Divine, Amy Aloes, Yasharal. We got a real special guest tonight, King Auseer from BlackStarr Kickback Podcast. I got my host with me. I'm Isaiah Yahweh. I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, the wonderful Son, and the Holy Spirit. Pass it over to my co-host, and then he can guide the show on to King Auseer. Where'd he go?
I'm right here. As I say, all praise to you, who about Shimmy, who shot, and double honor to all the brothers out there preaching the truth and sincerity. Tonight we're going to be talking about the hologram Rapture, and we got the brother King Auseer with us.
Peace, everybody.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself and your shows or whatever you got planned.
King Auseer Resh from the BlackStarr camp. We have plenty of segments. Mostly what I deal with is the kickback, along with my brother right here, Cordell, along with our other brothers and sisters. We also have a BlackStarr Empress Hour with the sisters. We let the sisters go ahead and control the panel. We also have our Frequency magazine that's coming out soon. And we also have our, the Coliseum, where we're going to have our intellectual debates and bring that out there to the crowd. So we have something that the brothers and sisters can watch and walk away with something tangible. Because we don't have a lot of debates now. It just be a lot of ruckus. So that's our foundation right there as far as the BlackStarr family. We are under the whole umbrella of the BlackStarr One. That's Original Network Entertainment. Kind of something like the Viacom. Whereas we getting all the brothers and sisters come up under one media outlet and, go ahead and present and say their piece. So we are not, biased against any camp. All brothers and sisters is welcome. And like I say, I'm here to support my brothers and, say my piece on this hologram theory that we got going on that's misleading a lot of us to believe things that's not even there.
Absolutely. That's in-depth and necessary to have that many projects going on to keep people busy. You know what I mean? Because there's so many ways to get in trouble, and there's so few outlets for young people to cling on to, like in the form of intelligence. You know what I mean? So the more outlets we have, that's why you see a lot of people focusing on young people, recruiting young people to learn chess at a young age and put them in math quizzes and math championships and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we need to funnel our kids into intelligent things. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the same time, if you raise them from a baby to be the best dancer in the world, I can't be mad at you. If you raise them from a baby to be the best singer in the world, I can't be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? If they're the best dunker in the world when they grow up, I can't be mad at you. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to do something, but at the same time, our focus here on this series is to form our own government and to be completely autonomous and to be serious about it and not to be afraid of it. There's no reason to fear autonomy. No government power on earth will ever be afraid of you becoming an autonomous nation. They just want to be sure that you do it peacefully and with wisdom, so that your people don't starve to death or have wars with, like, say, for example, the black community could easily have another civil war with the rednecks. You know what I'm saying? Because they just always so racist and do what they do. So when we come together as a nation, then we have to be able to defend ourselves well enough to where we don't get slaughtered or we don't have hotheads and rogues and lone gunmen going around killing every redneck on there. Because then the other more powerful countries are just going to flatten us. So our city is going to be built off 100% peace. You know what I'm saying? Get your ID today, the only messianic ID in the world, and join our military. You get real estate training and other training through the Mighty Hebrews forum. Well, Moray, I forget his name, but his Moray is a professor now, and they have classes, in-depth classes on many different topics like international law and real serious things. So without further ado, we're going to get into this topic, the hologram rapture, with King Auseer from BlackStarr. We thank him for being here. We got some other guests on the panel. Let me take a look at it. Go ahead and introduce yourself, fellas. Let's start with Madan Kamet.
Shalom, brothers.
Shalom.
Thought I'd check in, man, see what y'all brothers was bringing out for the night.
Okay. And we got like he said, Cordell, his right hand, I suppose, or his left hand, depending on which side of God you deal with.
Yeah, this is Cordell from BlackStarr, representing BlackStarr One and all BlackStarr, pretty much outlets, all media outlets. Thanks for letting me on the panel.
Not a problem. So your ideas, man, they're just too wonderful. So we got to support each other, jump on each other's shows. Anybody against unity or anybody obviously causing disunity is 100% agent, and we know this, so they're easy to spot. So go ahead, Auseer.
All right, yeah, I wanted to just play this video right quick to give them a little background. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but just give them a little background on Project Bluebeam and the so-called alien. Of course, because we know they're preparing for what they see as actual aliens, and then we have the people that say that Project Bluebeam is creating the alien hoax. So let's see here. Playing this video. She's not a program. That's her base. She was talking about real time shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dr. Pennsylvania. Kita turun dunia.
Y'all see that? And then it's talking about different radio waves and frequencies that are going to make people think that the Most High is talking to them, directly to them. So everybody's going to be seeing this voice in the sky, and well, they're going to be seeing a face in the sky, and then hearing the Most High, what they think is the Most High speaking to them, or whatever God that they worship. So.
Most def. We are going ahead and be food in the future. I think we are ready food right now in so many cases. I also wanted to share a quick clip. Give me 1 second here to share a screen. But if you see here, they calling it 7D hologram, and this is at a high school. Like you were saying, they're gonna put something in the atmosphere. We don't know what it is, because throughout this whole video I've been trying to look and see what screen or what do they got some plastic, and how does those kids in the back over there and in the front over there in front of us actually see what we seeing right now. So yeah, we can imagine what the government already has available to them that we don't have right now. We basically like little sitting ducks in so many words. We don't know nothing at all about what the future plans is, and it kind of makes more sense exactly what you're trying to say as far as them putting something together to make the brothers and sisters around the world think that something else is probably gonna be talking to them, or basically you know, we basically gonna be food because we already been food. We gonna be continue to be food. Just like the brother Israel had showed the other day with the NASA, and we talked about the Nazis and stuff like that. I mean, if these guys can go ahead and lie and say that they went to the moon, and they go ahead and put some good film together to make the whole world think that, then of course, if everybody say that we did it, then well, I guess we did it. But he also brought up proof of sciences. I think somebody from NASA also saying that they wouldn't even they don't even know what's outside the, what you say, that Israel a certain belt or something like that, that we haven't even went past that, and he basically crushed the whole project.
The Van Allen belts. Did you
Yeah.
see that video?
Yeah, most definitely. If you want to play that, because he actually said that we didn't go past the Van Allen belts, but that basically crushed the whole going to the moon project that they so-called say that they've been through.
Hold on, I'll pull it up. Somebody hold it down for a second.
Most definitely. I wanted to see everybody say something before I go ahead and present what I have found as far as the whole 9/11 hoax that so-called happened, but really didn't happen at all.
I just wanted to bring up a concern involving how they're going to use the holograms to present like a savior, because there's a lot of nations now, especially like India, who have multiple beliefs, and how would that go across trying to pretty much show a savior, or at least their savior, because they can do Shiva, but a lot of them are Christians now, and a lot of them are still follow the Hindu belief, and some of them are even converting you know, the Muslim faith and stuff like that. So I don't know if it'll work everywhere. So I think that's a problem.
Yeah. It most definitely won't. They'll probably try to separate it out or split it up, or they might just, come with one main character. But we do know that CERN is really big into Shiva. They've actually got a statue of Shiva at the complex, and we can get into that as well, because in the Book of Revelations it talks about Abaddon, the destroyer, whose name in Greek is Apollyon, and in Hindu it would be Shiva. So that's when we talk about CERN, and people talk about them unlocking or having the key to the abyss. Abaddon, aka Shiva, is the one that's supposed to be leading a legion of those locusts out of the abyss.
Okay, can I be heard now? My mic work?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to add this right here. People need to realize that every technology is weaponized. So the world leaders, every single invention that comes about, every single one of them is filtered through the application of weaponry. So your cell phone, your video game, your TV, your radio, every single technology is conceptualized as a weapon with the world powers, so that whenever it's necessary to utilize these weapons, they use them. So they have been currently and in the past, every technology that happens is weaponized. So they always utilize these new inventions as weapons. So the media has been used as a weapon to make us think certain things that they want us to think. So the world powers don't want a mass hysteria panic. And that's what I already know this. But they do test. They do tests to see how sensitive the culture is. You know what I'm saying, and how they can manipulate them further. So, for one example, is the radio broadcast of the book called "The War of the Worlds." It was back in whatever time that was, the 40s or 30s or 40s or something like that, after the invention of radio. So there was a radio in every household, and there was no TV yet. So the radio broadcaster broadcasted the excerpts of the book, The War of the Worlds, and people were jumping out of windows, killing people, and looting. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want that mass hysteria to happen on a large scale. However, that's why they're going to send their they could possibly, this is a scenario that could happen. They could send our admired leaders, Muhammad, whatever, the Mahdi, or Hamashiach. It could send these holograms out as a mechanism of peace, so that they won't riot and loot and jump out of windows and kill people. So that's just one scenario. But another scenario is this so-called alien invasion that everybody's speculating about too. I just wanted to add that.
Organized chaos, basically. Long as they can organize it, you know what I'm saying, and control it to their benefits, most definitely.
Exactly. As long as they do it just well enough to steer people to what they want done, versus just random murder. You know what I'm saying? Mayhem. They want people to react in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? If they can't control it, then they're not going to do it.
I had a theory also, because we most of us know that the Catholic Church is the ruler. Pretty much, they rule over the Jews, and they rule over the throne of England. And so, since they're the ones pretty much behind everything that comes out, and they're on a Catholic or Christian faith, I think they would probably try to convince the world that Jesus exists with the hologram technology.
Hey, I want to say too that like those Catholics are the Khazarians as well, like the Pope and all that. Those are the fake so-called Jewish people. They create those divisions on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like all the divisions we see were created purposefully and intentionally. But yeah, most definitely.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that we see now is that they're going to try to convert to a one world religion. So it just depends. Of course, the Muslims believe that Hamashiach is going to come back and say that he wasn't actually the son of the Most High, and then introduce the Mahdi, which we see as the Antichrist, as being the savior. And then you got what's it called? The Jewishers, that they write in the Talmud that Christ is actually burning in hell. So it's a mix of different ideas that are all coming from the same seed of evil. Mike's muted out.
Most definitely. See, we already got them coming up with Tupac and I think Puff Daddy also went on the Breakfast Club and said that they might bring out Biggie hologram for this one day tour that they got going on. So that already lets you know that they can just get rid of us, and as long as they got what they got as far as the works.
Exactly. I want to show this particular one, because just to show the clarity of their technology, right? So when they offer this type of entertainment to the masses, they used to do this back in Disney World and stuff like that, way back in the day. So they've been had hologram technology, but they're just getting more and more advanced with it. So when they offer entertainment to the masses and it's this clear and this lifelike, then you can best believe that their weaponized technology is 1,000 times more advanced.
What the fuck is that?
How clear that looks, you know what I'm saying? In person, I'm probably sure it's even wilder.
Most def. I wanna also share screen. Oh, you wanna Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say something else or show something else, brother. I also wanted to show the retired pilot, ex-CIA pilot, supposedly. You know, I don't take everything from word, but the proof is in the pudding as far as the things that he is bringing out. Let me go ahead and share screen, show you brothers what he's talking about. Hold on.
One of the things I want to show, this is a page from a military manual talking about stuff that they would like to get in the year 2025. This is called Airborne Hologram.
And he's talking about these airplanes that's putting out these holograms to fool the enemies.
But with www.au.af.mil, and I got about 250 pages of this stuff. But
it's talking about hologram. Enemy perception.
Yeah, called enemy perception.
Yeah, it says brief description. The holographic projector plays a three-dimensional visual image in a desired location, removed from the display generator. The projector can be used for psychological operations and strategic perception management. It is also useful for optical deception and cloaking, providing a momentary distraction when engaging an unsophisticated adversary. And it has capabilities, precision projection of the three-dimensional visual images into a selected area, supports PSYOP and strategic deception management, and provides deception and cloaking against optical setting.
Okay.
So right there, that lets you know that the military, you know, this is back in 2001. You know, this is almost what? This 15 years later that they you know, as far, okay, it needed to be a little louder. Okay, hold on one second. Just for the audience sake, I'm gonna go ahead and replay that real quick. Let me switch to my a different device for you all, so the audience also can hear exactly what he was saying right there. Give me one moment.
And that's some serious technology. You see how I was automatic. So they said fake ships, fake airplane, fighter jet, at that, moving at the speed of a real fighter jet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gonna duck and run. You gonna run it. These guys are wicked. So now this could have possibly already happened with the Mahdi. Now, I mean, I ain't gonna front. There's a video out right now that Muslims consider to be the Mahdi, and Western people have been studying that video, and it looks like it's like the guy's lit up. You know what I'm saying? So if a normal human being would have been under all that lighting, they would have got severe burns. You know what I'm saying? So it is real or hologram.
5.
There ain't no other
This
two
is called
called.
airborne holographic projector.
I think you got to share your screen again.
Hey, King, I'll keep your screen share. There you go.
You muted too. Oh, yeah, the video's muted. Can you hear me, King? You're muted. Okay, while he's trying to get his technical difficulties together, I'm gonna go ahead and share this video, this other video.
This man went to work.
Okay, you back live?
Hold on 1 second now, brothers. Hold on. It seems like it's acting funny for me now. All of a sudden.
The nation.
Okay, so let me go ahead and share this one. This little kid, she thinks she had a vision. I mean, a visit from a great extraterrestrial. Don't mind those. Those are not ears. Those are just big eyes that she didn't put on his head. So that's the spacecraft right there, and that's the stick man that she's drawing. And he has big eyes. Those are not ears. So she's trying to draw a gray from memory. And it's striking to me that she didn't draw it right, because if she was recreating a drawing that she's seen, you know what I'm saying, like on TV or from a book of a great alien, then she would definitely put the eyeballs inside the head. You know what I'm saying? So she's just kind of drawing it from memory. And when you're traumatized or whatever, have a strange memory, you're going to draw it incorrect when you're that young. All right, let me turn this up.
What I thought was maybe the world's gonna end. Maybe they were telling us the world's gonna end.
Well, why do you think they might want us to be scared?
Because maybe because we don't look after the planet and the area properly.
Mm-hmm. And this is this an idea that you have had before, that we don't look after the planet properly and the air, or did this idea come to you when you had this experience?
When I had this experience.
Mm-hmm. And how did that idea come to you from this? This is a little hard, but try to be with me here, okay? How did this idea come to you when you had this experience?
I just felt all horrible inside.
You felt horrible. At what point did you feel that? When you saw the craft, or when you got home at night?
When I got home.
You had that horrible feeling when you got home.
Yes.
And say more about that horrible feeling, Lisa. What was it like?
It was like the world, all the trees would just go down and there would be no air and people would be dying.
And those thoughts came to you. Had you had those thoughts before this experience?
No.
No. And how did those thoughts come to you? Did they come to you from the craft or from the man? And did the man say those things to you? How did he get that across to you?
Well, he never said anything. It's just that the face because of the eyes.
What was the sense you got from those eyes?
He was interested.
Did they describe these experiences or these events like a person talks about something that has happened to them? And when you're talking with a psychotic who's telling you something that is a delusion and you feel that it didn't happen, I can tell. I mean, I know this is something that the person wants me to believe, or they're frightened, or they're distorting reality in some way. There's nothing like that here. These are people of sound mind, by and large, telling me something that's they know that I might think they're crazy, and so they're a little concerned about telling me, and they're very full of questioning themselves and doubt, and I mean, and then they describe something very real and intense, a light or something happened to their body, or it's the whole quality of the way they talk about it is the way a person talks about an experience that happened to them.
Okay, so what's important to point out here is that he was not being pervish when he was leaning in like that. He was just focusing in very, very intently on her mannerisms, her facial expressions, her eye movements, and her lip movements, and her nose movements and ear movements. So all her, yeah.
My fault. Go ahead.
Okay, so all her facial expressions tell a story. You know what I'm saying? If you move your eyes a certain way, trained people of this body language, people who speak this body language fluently can tell if you're lying or making this up or things of this nature. So she had a real experience. But was the experience a hologram or was it real? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to figure out tonight.
No, I was gonna say I could play King's video for him right quick, and then I wanted to go ahead and knock this one out as well. The one about the NASA engineer. I was gonna try to skip through it and get straight to the point.
I think that little girl was watching too much TV, man.
That's possible. That is a small country, though. I don't know. I don't even know if they have TV in every household like that.
What do you say now?
I said I thought the little girl was watching too much TV, man. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that video some years back here, man, with that little black girl right there. I remember that video.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, there was another guy that was real big. I forget his name. I'm gonna have to look it up here in a second. But he basically, and you guys, I'll give you the link to the video. But he basically was talking about how this is not actually like aliens coming down and doing stuff to you, but the technology actually, and they've been able to do it with since the radio waves back in like the 40s and junk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always heard it was government. It was this government operations that was abducting these people and doing these type of things. Because I say, if it is some UFOs out there or something, man, I ain't seen nothing. And I think if anybody should see it, it should be us. But you know, I mean, I've seen some weird shit in the sky that's unexplainable. But I mean, as far as like a ship coming down and some men getting out of it,
you may not be receptive to it. So if you're not receptive to it, then they may not want to offend you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm welcoming, brother. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a UFO, a ghost, anything that's gonna help me fight against this beast. I'm with it. Come holler at your boy.
You gotta be careful what we ask for, though.
Well, that's right.
I'm just saying that if they on the side to help, my brother, we need all the help we can get. You know what I mean?
That's true, though. That is true, though. Because
now, if they coming in wickedness, now they can stay where the hell they at.
That's what I'm saying. If they're demonic, then you know they're not allowed to approach you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they won't even.
Mm-hmm.
They won't even.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? The Most High used to go and fight for David and some of our other ancestors. You know what I mean? Before they rushed into the battle. So that's all we can pray for.
Yeah, that's real, man. Cause when I be reading the story about the Maccabees, man, how they how when they went to war, they was killing thousands upon thousands. Yo, that's crazy.
I'm gonna see if this is this part of this video right quick. This is the dude that basically told on himself, and now everybody at the Nazi NASA organization. Let's see.
Waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
Okay, so I already said.
The planet and the International Space Station. As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Radiation like this can harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice, once up, once back. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space. For this flight, it's time to head home. The upper stage of the rocket triggers separation. Orion's jets fired to turn it into the proper position to re-enter Earth's atmosphere. No matter what happens now, we're coming in. 75 miles above Earth, the spacecraft enters the atmosphere. Things happen quickly.
Okay, I sit and think about that every time I see it. So you know what I mean.
There was a funny annotation on there that said he just said well, we can't figure out how to get through the Van Allen belts. And then the annotation said, well, can't you just use the technology from the Apollo mission?
Right. Right.
A bunch of liars, man.
Hey, I like how he showed around Earth. Nah, I'm just being funny, man.
Hey, but you know something though. You know Aristotle believed that the Earth was round, and he was one of Alexander the Greek's teachers. And everybody that believed in his way was called Aristotelians. But see, he believed that the Earth was round, but he didn't believe that it moved though.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's the only way it really could be. If you have a lunar eclipse, but we'll get into that some other time. Let's see. King, you just wanted the first 30 seconds of this play? King.
Most definitely, yeah, go ahead and push play right here. This is when he started talking about the perception of the planes that they got and how they put off the 3D image. I'll let you know where to stop at, brother, because there's some more in this video. I just don't want to go too far past it. But right here is where he started talking about where he went online. Of course, we can't find it now, but he got papers on it. He gave you the website or whatever. But go ahead and push play right here. It actually explains the different airplanes that they got with the hologram projecting stuff on there.
And that's crazy because I've seen some videos where it looks like it's going through it, but I ain't never heard nobody speak on it.
Oh yeah, I got them available too. I had them up in a second.
So this is a page from a military manual talking about stuff that they would like to get in the year 2025. This is called airborne holographic projection. You can see where I got it. You can't get any more here. But with www.au.af.mil. And I got about 250 pages of this stuff. But Yeah, it says brief description. The holographic projector plays a three-dimensional visual image in a desired location, removed from the display generator. The projector can be used for psychological operations and strategic perception management. It is also useful for optical deception and clinching, providing a momentary distraction when engaging an unsophisticated adversary. And it has capability of precision projection of the three-dimensional visual images into a selected area, supports PSYOP and strategic deception management, and provides deception and cloaking against
Okay, and when was that written? You know?
I think in 99.
We have to believe that if that's out in the public sector, that this isn't just the tip of the iceberg as far as this knowledge goes.
Absolutely. Strategic perception.
You can stop it right there, brother. But yeah, this is back in 2001. Like I said, 15 years later. Come on, man. We already see that they calling it 7D. As far as what that's what it's called. We still thinking 3D. They on 7. Hold on, I'm about to also show a part where basically you can see that the plane went in back of a building when it was supposed to go in front of it. Hold on real quick. All right. So right here, we don't really gotta have a volume on this one too much, because basically you can just basically see it for yourself in so many words. But watch how the plane goes in back of this building and back here. If you look right there,
the South World Trade Center tower.
How the hell it goes in back of the building?
Take a really close look, because there are two impossibilities I'm going to show you here. This video was allegedly shot by Michael Herzakani, a diamond merchant based in Los Angeles, California.
I saw that wing. I saw that wing go behind that building back there.
No airplane couldn't have sliced through a building with a steel facade, with reinforced concrete flooring and 47 steel support beams. A jet's wing can't slice through a steel building like a hot knife through butter. But that's the story the news media wants us to believe. And most people are still believing this hoax.
It went back to this part right here. But also that one, hold on real quick, I also want to show another one. But if you really go ahead and look at this one too, I'm going to show you where the wing disappeared in mid-flight. Now, hold on. Now, if you go back, hold on, I'm going to go back a little bit. It won't even let me go that far back.
Yeah. Show your screen again.
Oh, it's not sharing? Hold on. Okay, hold on 1 second. My bad, fellas. My bad. It say I'm presenting to everybody. I'm not presenting? You don't see my screen?
No. Send me the link. I got you.
Okay. Hold on real quick, brother. One second. Okay. Oh, there you go, bro. I just sent you the link. But if you really look, it's not presenting to us either. I don't see
Okay. Feel free to verbally interrupt and commentate this video right here.
Most definitely. If it was a way to slow, I think he's going to slow it down. But if you look toward the left part and look at that left wing right there, the left wing is going to disappear as it get closer to the building. It went a little fast, but they gonna zoom in. But yeah, the wings disappear as they get closer. You see that left wing just disappear right there. So that lets you know. And then look, you see how it just go ahead and it just seems like it disappears into the. Now we know anything that's a car accident, things smashes up as it impacts. We don't see no wing fly nowhere off in the distance. That left wing just disappeared, and then it just goes in there like butter. You know what I'm saying? Like a knife through butter. We
Right,
gotta,
right. And it's still it's in the wing.
right, right. And it's like, come on, man. We living in Hollywood nowadays, man. We gotta understand that we being food. You know what I'm saying? So how many other things that we've been fooled about that we don't know? It's not real. You know, I actually have I'm about to send it to you right now of the pilot that flew the plane. And yeah, I got the pilot that flew the plane. He fucking still alive. I mean, he's still alive. I just sent the link to you right there.
Wow. Wow, we do cuss on this program, so.
Oh well, you know, just much, you know.
Is it at the beginning?
Oh yeah, you can play the as much as you feel like you want to play. He basically let it be known that it's impossible and it couldn't happen.
He said what? He's gonna tell it.
Yes, he's gonna tell it that it's impossible and that it couldn't happen. I'm about to send you some more footage in a second.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Okay, and you. Okay, and so I understand that you have actually flown the airplanes that were involved in 9/11.
I was command on both of those airplanes multiple times.
Which ones? Both planes. Which ones?
One to the South Tower and the one that allegedly went down Jackson.
Okay, and so. What is your take on the flight dynamics of it? Because I guess that's where your area of expertise is.
Yeah, the government story on the flight dynamics is totally amazing.
Because of what? Let's give the Reader's Digest version. You know, for the uninitiated, someone who doesn't know anything about a plane.
The people who made up the story of the flight profile were pilots. They were fairy tale tellers.
Okay.
And they had the airplanes sitting with flight info fast
Right, but explain to people what these dynamics are. I mean, we're talking, I want to be like really keep it simple as you can.
And they say the airspeed envelope, sign zero, the airplanes just couldn't be flown in the style and manner which the government is saying they were flown in. Can't be done.
Because of what? Give me some examples.
I
know, but give me is there a specific example you can say that you can say specifically?
Exceeded their max design limit speed by 110 knots. Pretty sure 10 knots.
And that would be, and then give us an example of what that would be, how would that be, what's an analogy to this going over the design envelope of the plane? I mean, I want to talk to the people that have no idea what you're talking about.
It's just physically impossible to airplane to do what they said. It's not a jet fighter. It's not an F-16. It's an airliner.
Okay.
And airliners are designed to carry people and lots of fuel and drag cargo. And made to be good cheap. Okay. It's possible. And we sort of have a lot of design factors to it. So it's a way, you're carrying people. You're not carrying bombs.
He's basically saying that it's impossible for the G-force for us to sustain that. Now, if you go to that first video I sent you and started at 1447 or 1448, he go ahead and basically, go up there, right there to the right. Where you at? Right there to the right. That first video. Okay, there you go. No. Go back to that one video where we were just talking about the
7D plane, 7D jet fighter.
The retired jet the retired expert pilot is the title of the video. I had yeah. Now go to 1448. Yeah, right there is fine. You can go a little farther up if you want. 1448, 1450. And they basically explained because he took 6 pilots and none of them could hit the building in the simulators that they have. Yeah, you can start it about right there. Yup.
Be a private, maybe a commercial, something like that. And what I would do is in the simulator, you can take them up. New York is just like it is. I mean, the buildings are there, and I would take them and freeze them in a position 20 miles out at 7,000 feet, 560 miles an hour. Put them in the seat, say, and then give them 2 minutes of looking at the horizons, show them where the World Trade Center is, and say, I'm about to release you. When I do, you'll have 1 minute and 50 seconds to hit dead center. Now, the World Trade Center is 220 feet wide. You got to hit to the center, not left or right, right to the center, and explain how it goes. Then I would have one camera pointing at the pilot and one camera pointing at what he's looking at, and then say, go. And say, okay, now show me how easy this is, because all the guys on AV, I did that in Flight Simulator, no problem, It's impossible. At the height of my career, as proficient I was in every kind of airplane, there's no way I could have done that. I mean, it's just too complex.
This is an interview with an experienced FAA check airman for his airplane. Keep going.
You can skip basically this guy right here is basically saying that he tried it 10 times and it didn't happen. And you can go ahead and skip to 1932. And they actually have inside the little wind tunnel, and it shows that those planes would not been able to take the G-force of them coming from that height at that speed, and in order to hit that building dead center like that, it would have ripped the wings off. You can go ahead and push play right there.
The maximum operating limits. There's a reason limits are assigned to aircraft, as you can see here.
We were finding that all the time. Even these airline pilots that have, thousands and thousands of hours of experience had a hard time controlling an airplane at those speeds. So,
landing speeds are about 5 times less than the speeds recorded on 9/11 at the World Trade Center. The interviewed pilots were able to impact the World Trade Center as done on 9/11, on first attempt, at landing speed. It's a whole different animal when attempting to do the same thing at more than 150 knots over maximum operating speed for the type aircraft. The slightest pressure doesn't even have to be an actual movement on the steering wheel or what we call a yoke will produce very large changes in aircraft direction or even structural failure.
Most definitely. And then if you also, because they tried it before as tests, you can go back to 11/13, and they did it in Nigeria. They show you the comparison of a real airplane crash, and then they did one in the field to try to, before they did this right here, to try to see how they can, make us be fooled. But if you go ahead and push play, I'm gonna commutate why it's going.
A large crater with the Boeing 737 broken into small pieces. The plane crashed shortly after taking off from Lagos in a heavy storm. The flight was going to the Nigerian capital of Abuja and was believed to be carrying some senior Nigerian officials.
Now, you see there, it was black smoke. Now, on this one that they about to show, that some airplane that so-called just flew out of the sky or whatever, they used this to go ahead and go forward with the 9/11. But even on that attempt, it was white smoke, and we know when there's fumes and everything in nature, it's dark black smoke. And they had a crater there, and all they found was a little bit of debris. I'm gonna also go ahead and find another piece there if you want to go ahead and play.
Mm-hmm.
Passport and a red bandana. Some people said the hijackers were wearing red bandanas. Were found at the crash site of United 93, although none of the plane is visible at the site. According to the official theory, the plane was coming down 580 miles an hour at a steep angle and went into the soft soil of Pennsylvania so hard and so fast it went completely underground. And yet somehow there must have been an open window, the bandana and the passport jumped out. Another essential element in the official conspiracy theory is that several passengers on the airliners made phone calls to loved ones that morning. But cell phones were reportedly used for many of the calls, especially from United Flight 93, from which about 10 cell phone calls were reportedly made. But there is extremely strong evidence that these calls would not have been possible in 2001. Given the technology at that time, a cell phone had to get a signal from a cell site. And these signals were sent out horizontally, not vertically. There was, to be sure, some leakage upwards. So a cell phone on a low-flying small plane could get a good signal. But as the plane got higher, success became increasingly unlikely. This anecdotal evidence was in strong tension with the official story, according to which calls were made from airliners flying from 25,000 to 40,000 feet. Seeing this tension, Canadian computer scientist and mathematician Key Dewdney, who had long written a column for Scientific American, decided to get empirical. Going up in a twin-engine airplane, he found that the success rate for attempted cell phone calls decayed to 0 by the time he reached 7,000 feet. Successful cell phone calls from airliners flying at 30,000 feet, he concluded, would have been flat out impossible.
Okay.
As far as that.
Mm-hmm. Right there. And the one that I just sent you right now, if you start that around, I think about 15 seconds, it basically proves that, you know, the World Trade Center was a lot of metal. It was no way in the world that it would have those planes would have did anything to those buildings. I think it talks a little bit about even one of the firefighters also basically says that, you know, it was only small pockets of fire.
They had thermite on the beams.
Yep. And that was used for the controlled demolition of the
demolition.
building. But this plane hoax was a good trick for everybody, because majority of them believe this because they just believe anything the media feeds them. So, you know, this kind of stuff right here is behind the scenes information that intelligent people kind of keep up with. You know what I'm saying? Conspiracy theorists is what they try to call you a whack job for finding out reality of the situation. Start right here.
Yeah. You can start right there, and it basically proves that it's impossible. You see that the Midrium Plaza burned for 19 hours, and that wasn't nowhere sophisticated as the World Trade Center. You can go ahead and push play, and they actually show how that jet fuel wouldn't have never burnt that metal like they say it did.
Collapsed. How could the South Tower at the World Trade Center fall after burning less than 1 hour? How could the North Tower fall after burning only for 2? How could the jet fuel have caused the collapse, since recent fire tests by Cardington found that a steel building survived fires and experiments with extreme temperatures beyond the range possible with jet fuel?
As for the heat of the fires, listen to the radio communications of these New York City firemen. Isolated pockets of fire. 2 water lines to knock them down. FEMA's executive summary relays that much of the fuel in the planes, jet-grade kerosene, was consumed by the initial fireballs and the following few minutes of fire.
The Twin Towers were composed of 200,000 tons of steel and 425,000 cubic yards.
Impossible. So after that, I think I'm gonna have to share screen because I can't even. I tried to send you the file because I got it downloaded to my computer. I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and I'm gonna try to turn this volume up a little bit better so you guys can hear exactly what these people are saying here. Hold on, real quick. Hold on, let me see.
Did you know that the Twin Towers are on the $20 bill whenever you fold it right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I seen that.
Playing.
You know, jet fuel, it's crazy because jet fuel can't even burn the metal of the jet that it's inside of. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy that people would even think that.
Here, I'm about to play this of these firefighters real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me try to turn up this volume real quick so y'all can kind of hear what they saying.
What happened? It was an explosion. It was in the lobby.
Oh, it didn't even. It's not even sharing screen to you guys, is you?
Right.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second, real quick.
Sometimes you gotta hit a different screen for certain things.
Right. Right. I'm seeing that now. Let me see. Okay. Y'all can see that right there?
Nope.
Nope. Hold on. Have patience with me, brothers. Hold on, cause
I can see it.
you
seen
can.
it. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go back over here.
Oh, if you can see it, then.
What happened? It was an explosion.
There you go.
Hold on. Let me take this down. I'm gonna just widen it up because it seemed like when I try to blow it up, y'all
Can
won't.
everybody else see it? Can you see it, Madon and Cordell? If y'all can see it, then it should be good.
All right. But listen to what they say, man.
What happened? It was an explosion. It was in the lobby and the third explosion, the whole lobby. What was it like? What was it like? The whole building just collapsed inside the lobby. Was it a secondary explosion? Yes, it was. Yeah, definitely a secondary explosion. We was inside waiting to go upstairs, and on the way upstairs, the whole fucking thing blew. It just collapsed right inside the lobby. I don't know about the first one, but I know the second one was Charles. Then there was a third one too after that one. That's right. Everybody just on the elevator, waiting to go upstairs, and then you just let loose. Everything just let loose inside the building. So what you tell me is that there was a plane or whatever getting building in the secondary explosion. There was like 3 explosions after that. We came in after the fire. We came when the fire was going on already. We was in the staging area inside the building, waiting to go upstairs. And they exploded. The whole lobby collapsed on the lobby inside. Just next AM after that? Just man, everybody trying to work their way out. Just trying to help all the brothers, you know? A lot of people trapped inside. I'm sitting in the front of the backyard. We watched the first one, we watched the movie. So black very large airplane flying around the second building, came out of the south. Right in front of our eyes. Just, it was so surreal, like the movie said. We were in the movie.
So y'all already see that them firefighters, you know what I'm saying, and they know what explosion is and what an explosion ain't. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that, you know, we been bamboozled, and we being bamboozled every day and all day.
Yeah, salute.
I wanted to show y'all this right quick too, because I don't know if y'all heard about this when it happened. I remember seeing it on the news. But this kid was in a flight school and he tried to recreate 9/11 basically and smashed into a bank. That's basically all the damage right there. Can't
It went kamikaze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was Edomite. Well, he says 2002 Tampa plane crash was an incident that occurred on Saturday, January 5th, 2002. The incident occurred when Charlie J. Bishop, a high school student of Eastlake High School in Tarpon Springs, Florida, stole a Cessna 172 and crashed it into the side of the Bank of America Tower in downtown Tampa, Florida. Bishop had been inspired by the September 11 attacks. The impact killed the teenager and damaged an office room. Okay, there were no other injuries. So,
but his dumb death.
Room. He didn't take down the whole building. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, okay, I was like about 11 when the whole September 11th thing happened, right? And I feel like a lot of the people that went to basic training with me, they kind of had the same mind frame, like we were basically brainwashed into joining this wicked military. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. It starts at a younger age when they got our kid. I mean, my brother is a victim of this, man. I come from a military family, so I had to let him know, like, of course you want to be in the military. You go to our grandparents' house, you see all our parents' military photos over there, and then you want to play. I mean, since the time of that whole, what's that called, Call of Duty. You know, he young, so that's all he know and played. And then he watched wrestling and he liked the John Cena, whatever the fuck his name is, the little Marine motherfucker and shit. So he don't understand that program and learned behaviors and things of that nature. So he don't understand it, but yes, most definitely we is programmed to go ahead and join that little army and be pawns. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, and they also help with that by limiting the job opportunities in ethnic areas.
Offering money for college.
They send the recruiters right on down there to the ethnic areas where there are no jobs, and then say, "Well, I got a job for you right here."
And they came at me like this, because I was like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I'm gonna join the Air Force." You know what I mean? And because I already kind of had my mind made up on something else, and so he was like, "Man, what if I told you I can get you $20,000?" So you know what I mean? I thought about it, days and nights. You know what I mean? Until the day I turned 18, and hit him up.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That money, boy, get you every time.
Right. I was like, I can go 20,000 and be in reserves.
Yeah, so that's why we got to be ready, and we got to promote, and we got to go into those areas. We got to go to those colleges and high schools and have something to take the place of the military. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm mastering this real estate. And once I get enough money to visit these places, I'm gonna just be recruiting. Get the kids. You know what I'm saying? Get the kids on board with that real estate. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. We gotta talk them into being their own businessman and stuff like that instead of trying to work for somebody else.
You know, real estate school's only like 2 to 4 weeks long, depending on where you go. Then get out there and start doing it immediately.
Okay, well, I think we proved our point about these holograms. These holograms, they on 7D technology. It's no longer 3D technology. Somehow, under the radar, I just learned that tonight. They went to 4D, then they went back to the drawing board, went to the science, went back to the lab, and upgraded to 5D. Then somehow I didn't find out about that. Then they went back to the lab and did more experiments, went to 6D. And then they went to 7D. This was in 2001. They probably on 12D by now.
Right.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
You know, you know, Korea always has better cell service than you know what I mean. Like while we was barely getting 3G in different parts of the country, they was already on 4G. So you got those smaller countries like that that are always manufacturing. You got an increase in technology. They had the fiber optic cables running all the way through the country before Google Fibers even started thinking about doing anything.
And that'll tell you where these technologies are being developed too.
Yeah, my uncle went over to Korea from 05 to 06 and was talking about movies that normally take us, like, you know, back then, the movie might take you 2 to 4, you know what I mean, maybe a whole day to download, depending on what you was working with. But he was like, man, it takes like 10 minutes over there.
See. The Bible talks about these things too, about some clown coming around, you know what I'm saying, performing miracles in front of the people, fooling the people, and make the people think that he is Hamashiach, the return of Hamashiach.
I got a scripture pulled up about that right now too. It's Colossians 2:8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what all this is. It's just philosophy and vain deceit. Now we're basically falling into those lies. You know what I mean? Hell, it's an open panel.
Yeah, okay. So since we went through all that, I want to go ahead and open it up for discussion. You know, we can talk about this, the hologram situations. Mostly kind of try to stick on that, but you know what I'm saying, if we exhaust the concept, then you know we can start talking about something else.
Madam, what's your opinion on it, brother?
I think he might have left here. I think he's just recording the show.
Yeah, the walk off probably.
Yeah, they got to report back to LeBron. Gotta report back to his
Oh, wow. Yeah, wow.
I had this other script too, man, go along with it, just because, like I said, it's about the deceit and the lies. You know what I mean? That's coming down from these wicked rulers that are in power. You feel what I'm saying? And Psalms 55:9 says, "Destroy, O Yahuwah, and divide their tongues, for I've seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof." Okay, so he's telling us, day and night they go about it upon the walls thereof. They're always using this different forms of violence. You know what I mean? Promoting violence. And you see where he says upon the walls, right? In the walls of the city. That's advertisement. You know what I mean? It's like we was talking about the army recruiting. You see that everywhere. You got the movies, like we was talking about. These movies are trying to condition the people to think that anything from the sky is a bad thing. And then you got in 2nd Ezra chapter 13 where it talks about Hamashiach coming from the sky, and the group of men gathering to fight him from the different nations in the earth. Right? So he says, let's see. It says, mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets.
Deceit. I'm finna let me share this deceit script right here. That people don't usually study Revelations that well, because they don't understand the prophecy. But you got right here, Revelation 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon, And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. I got a prediction about that. And he goes, he does great wonders, so that he makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceives them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. See what I mean? So this deception that we're exposing with these 7D and 12D holograms is a deception. It's not true miracles of the Most High. That's what magicians do. They do illusions. They do technology and illusions in order to make their miracles happen, whereas the Most High just uses the substance of faith, which is the ether.
And this Revelation 13 and 15 coming up once you get past 14. Actually, right. 14, actually all of this chapter right here could have only been made possible in our generation.
And deceives them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, the miracles of bringing down fire in the sight of men, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast that whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Sword is a gun. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. Now, in my mind, that's cloning. You see what I'm saying? He gave life to the image of the beast. In my mind, that's cloning. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
It's like in with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the book of Daniel. They didn't want to bow down to the idol.
Absolutely.
No, history repeats itself.
And with their faith, they were saved. The Hamashiach was with them in the flames. So that's what you're gonna see in the future here when he tries to, he actually succeeds in causing all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. See that? So that's how that goes. I'm glad y'all know that now.
Go ahead and let's see. I'm about to say you could run on through that chapter. It's a good one to think about.
Okay.
Especially like where it talks about the how he caused the image to speak.
The
original thought I had was robotics. And then of course we got these holograms as well.
There you go. There you go. Now, but see, when it comes to this right here, the man gets killed. He had a deadly wound, and his deadly wound was healed. So you know good and well, if the wound was deadly, the man died. Yeah, too. So you know what I'm saying. So
you know,
they're just gonna pull out the clone for him.
Well, you know, Satan's supposed to be possessing the body of whoever this man is.
Absolutely.
Supposedly.
Absolutely. And I think I know who that man is. So it's all up and through here. Tells us exactly what's about that situation. But the panel is open, fellas, so whatever we want to talk about.
Man, I just appreciate y'all brothers for allowing me to come on the panel with y'all, you know, here to support. I mean, as far as the whole hologram, I mean, tonight I learned something too, like you say, you learned something about the 7D. I didn't know nothing about the stuff in this, what you say, the fumes from the jet fuel or the chemtrails or whatever to put in the sky. I never even heard of that before. That's something new, you know. As far as I didn't even know that they can use that to also use holograms too. So you know, I learned something tonight.
Now watch this. I'm gonna show you something right fast, right? I think this is it. See, this might go along with this hologram technique. Let me go to the other video that goes straight to the point. But they were at that type of situation right there, right? Whatever that is. And this showed up. Man, trying to show the one where they're playing the drums and everything. Did you see that image?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay, I'm gonna find the real one though. Mighty. This might be it right here. That's it right there. You see that? Now see, I don't know when that was
money for that, boy.
I don't know when that was videotaped, but I got a strong feeling that that had a lot to do with the motivation of ISIS to you know what I'm saying, if they fake or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but it's a lot of motivation like conquering that happened over in that area, you know what I'm saying, because all those refugees moved to Europe and they got a lot of them coming over here to the United States getting smuggled in on UPS planes and stuff like that, so they're getting smuggled all over the world. The people running away from so-called Islamites murdering everybody over there, but that was probably like it says, it ties into the fake operation of ISIS, which is the Israeli something about what's ISIS mean. Look it up right here.
Israeli Secret Intelligence Service.
There you go, the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. So they put that Mahdi out there, you You know what I'm saying? Then they sent in the Israeli Secret Intelligence Service to go around murdering as many people as they can to make people migrate for their other purposes. The next step in the plan.
You know, a lot of those so-called terrorist attacks that happen over there that start a lot of that conflict is started by either the Israelis or the United States CIA.
See that? See that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I think wasn't Osama bin Laden part of the CIA? Once
Yeah,
upon a time?
the FBI agent.
Right, right.
Young man with a suit on, shaking hands with the presidents and stuff.
Right, right. I seen that picture. And also, you know, everybody who we was once friends with, we enemies with now. So, you know, that whole Saddam Hussein and they're all that, you know, he was an ally until he, you know, got out of order and they had to put him in his place. But, you know, that was a setup anyway because the whole Saudi royal family, you know, that's what Osama bin Laden, supposedly, that's why he had was upset because he felt like they should have handled their own business amongst themselves, and they should have hired him instead of bringing over the United States onto holy soil or whatever. So, you know, at the end of the day, we all know that this is all a Hollywood stage act.
It's a production.
Right.
There's rumors saying that Osama bin Laden didn't die. You know, there's a movement that believes in that.
Yeah, I mean, they threw his body in the middle of the ocean. Come on, man.
That's retarded. They should have
released
burned it and pissed on it.
the photo of him dead. Then released
If he was responsible for half the things that they said he was responsible for, they should have burned his body and pissed on it.
Yeah. Then they would have made it known, just like they tried to show Saddam Hussein being hung.
They should have brought him right back here on the streets of America and let him hang in the middle of everywhere. Cause you know that's what they like. But you know they were in control of all of that. So
they got apparitions showing up as a Mashiach. Let me show you something.
Hey, they could. That'd be funny. I thought about this if they tried to bring him back if he was still alive and say that he's the Mahdi. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When was he killed? What was that? 2000 what?
They had to be recent.
2012, 2011,
2007, 2000. No, hold on, 2011. Because Obama had to get reelected.
Word, yeah, it was 2011.
Mm-hmm. Watch this.
You can't see the screen, bro.
I know. I had to get past that commercial. We talking about holograms, right?
Most up.
Hey, whenever you get done with this, I want to just give you a quick listen.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now notice this tether of smoke coming from higher up. So you got something that was released in this area that will allow the screen that they need for their 8D technology.
I actually seen this video and the one I seen there talking about it being a UFO. I also seen Zabak mention it as well. That it's supposed to be a UFO in Africa.
But you can clearly see a figure of a human in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But can you see it clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. It looked like it was on a loop too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they done messed something up.
So who was that? That was supposed to. I seen what was that supposed to be? The Mother Mary? Oh, okay. Virgin Mary appears over Ivory Coast. Wow, that's great.
Seeing something like that, that'll make somebody go home and rethink their whole life.
Absolutely.
That's like one of the most like ultimate types of deceptions.
And it's like they had the music playing with it to make it seem a little bit more intense.
Dramatic.
Yeah. They probably did that on Sony Movie Maker, man.
Now, the original video don't got the music on it, but you know what I'm saying? Just like a ghost watching site on channel on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So they added their own little drama to it, and they added that whatever that negative film image right there. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw the original, I was like, hey, that's the Virgin Mary. But then when I looked at it closer, I said, hold up, why is she tethered to the sky with some smoke right there? That doesn't make any sense. Hold up a second. And then why are you not talking to people? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where's the person?
They're trying to get that radio the radio waves and those the frequency technologies down for that, so they can be speaking directly into people's minds. You see, that's what people think they're trying to do with HARP as well. And those a lot of the electrical grids, what they're doing is putting out different frequencies to try to control people's moods. So they're already using things like that to affect us right now. You know what I mean?
Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer out because Claim Your Inheritance does trust that Mary was a virgin and that she, has quite a bit of power, you know what I'm saying, in the Elohim society. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that goes, with scrutiny, when you scrutinize it, it just don't add up. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to have somebody there witnessing what's going on, like understanding what she has to say to the people, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Because there was this one, the Fatima event where three little girls was walking backwards and doctors was examining them, and poking them and stuff like that, and they never woke up out of their trance because Virgin Mary was speaking to them and telling them prophecies. And she made the sun dance and come all down to the earth and everything. That's another thing that didn't make sense to me when I was a bald head. You know what I'm saying? I said, how in the world can the sun come on close to the earth? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Well, that doesn't make any sense. But now that I'm a flathead, it makes perfect sense now.
Hey, you know that concept, right, of the Virgin Mary in the Catholic Church, that white woman that they deify is Isis.
Right. That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That I do believe there's a white woman going around talking to people in their dreams and hitting them with stigmata.
Ooh.
But it wasn't the it wasn't the mother of our Lord and Savior.
Not at all. They would not share that with people. I mean, it's nowhere in any record that somebody shared his wounds.
Right. Why would you do that? Like, what is the purpose of that? Like, why, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Hamashiach went through that so we wouldn't have to, like.
And then their wounds be in the wrong location. You notice he ain't heard a whole lot about stigmata ever since they figured out that his hands was nailed at his wrist. That's what caused his thumb to come in like that. That's crazy.
Interesting.
And he had the hole in his side.
Yep. So stigmata, right? People always walk around with sores in their palms of their hands. But Hamashiach was not nailed in the palm of his hands. He was nailed under his wrist. That little curve in that bone right there. And that when that happens, it causes your thumb to come in, get forced into your hand.
Wait a minute. Back up, bro. Back up.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying what now? What causes your thumb to go into your hand, or what you just said?
There's a nerve in your wrist that if you pinch it hard enough, your thumb comes into, you know what I'm saying, is forced inward.
Yeah, because the inside of your arm is like a system of pulleys for like your fingers have, like, think of like a pulley system, like ropes connecting through your arm that are your nerves and pulling them.
Mm-hmm.
When they say
So
that, they mean like.
So wait, hold on. I'm definitely you got some proof on this, brother? You got a video or you got a book or something that we can cause you saying if it's a certain a nerve in your thumb that if it's pinched the right way, it'll cause your thumb to go back into your hand. You saying that, bro? If I caught that right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Actually, you can test it yourself if you relax your hand and then just use your other thumb to squeeze different parts of your forearm. Let me see.
That's brand new to me.
Yeah, some type of condition here.
Like you can see like how your if you relax your hand and then like turn it over so your palm's facing up and use your thumb to press on that part of your forearm, you can feel where your fingers pull.
It's all new to me, brother. All new. Like, so you saying like damn near like disappear back into your hand?
Nah, like
how like somebody that's double jointed can move their thumb around a little bit. You saying like just?
Dang, I wish I could share my camera or something.
Yeah, cause I'm trying to get a picture in my head where y'all talking about. That's all.
Okay, hold on.
This is what I'm talking
If I
about.
knew the
Right
name
here.
of the condition, I could look it up real fast, but I don't know.
Y'all can see this?
What's that?
This is what I was talking about right here. How you got these muscles that pull your fingers inside your arm.
Mm-hmm.
And if you push and you pull the right one, you saying that it can make your thumb go inside of your hand.
Hold on, I'm getting
Hey, I just now figured out what y'all was saying about that. I don't think that's what Zavon, is that what you was talking about?
Huh?
I did it like deform his thumb.
I got you.
You talking about like it actually went inward?
Yeah, it went into his palm. I got you right here. Carpal tunnel. Okay, so hold on. Here you go, a picture of what I'm talking about. But I gotta look up the name of the situation. There you go. So when your wrist, when you hit a certain part of your wrist, this happens. Your thumb goes into your palm.
Okay, that's what I thought you was talking about. That's why I mentioned the muscle and how they can make your fingers contract together when they get pushed. Those nerves.
Yeah. So your thumb is attached to the A1 pulley, whatever that is. And I'm trying to look up some more information about it.
You actually learned that from watching some kind of ghost movie where the girl was in what is that? Mortuary. She was in the morgue and whatnot. What do you call it? Mortician. She was trying to be a mortician. And they were talking about the arms. The dude was sitting there explaining it.
Okay. This is what I'm trying to say here. This ain't gonna be real easy to see. But I'm gonna try to get it as big as I can for you. Okay, this is essentially an X-ray. Okay, so you got arms right here with blood all over it. Arm right here with blood all over it. You got the hand, and then you got the wrist with blood right there where the hole is. Okay, but people were like, why is there no thumbs on these hands? So I just showed you how it looks. You know what I'm saying? The picture how the thumb really is into the palm. You know what I'm saying? They're not out anymore because the median nerve was damaged, and that pulley system was pulled so tightly that it pulls your thumb into your palm.
And this is talking about I don't want to mispronounce the brother's name. Are you talking about Yeshua? Or I don't know how to pronounce the brother's name off the way.
Right.
So wait, so you saying that these images are real?
Well, from my paradigm, yes. I mean, I studied it for quite some time, and you know, I'm already a super believer in him. You know what I'm saying? Because even before I knew about the Bible and all these other things, because I had an experience with him when I was a child, so I never stopped believing. And then when I got older and started coming back around to not being wicked anymore, I started learning the Bible and things like that. Then I started studying the Bible. Then I started studying the artifacts and history and things like that because I'm a very skeptical person. So I got quite a bit of knowledge about evidences. You know what I'm saying? So when I studied the Shroud of Turin, which many scientists have studied,
It's Turkish blood too.
yeah, it seems authentic to me. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Wait. You said the Shroud of Turin you think is authentic?
Of course.
Authentic to Hamashiach.
Huh?
It's authentic to Hamashiach.
Absolutely.
Because they're trying to say that they cloned Prince William from the blood from the Shroud of Turin. They're gonna bring out the DNA evidence and prove it, and show that he comes from a child that was well, they're gonna say that basically that his DNA matches the Stratotarian because he's a descendant of the baby that Hamashiach had with Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, but how can you mix a deception with like something that has been studied very well?
I don't know. I just think it's odd, and it's also odd where they found it. But we know these Khazarians stole a lot of our stuff anyway. So
Okay, well I'm just gonna show this split second, you know what I'm saying, and then I'm gonna get it off the screen because I know how controversial this is. But he asked me, do I think it's authentic? So I'm gonna show just a couple of things. Now this is the back of his head that had the crown of thorns on it. So there goes your blood right there. Then you got the scourges on his back and shoulders. This is all the light areas of blood. That's his back and shoulders. Let me zoom it out so you can see. That's his shoulders and back. All these scourges is blood. That's his buttocks. Or scourges on his buttocks, scourges on the back of his legs. So much as I go down, you can know what we're looking at. So this is his back. You can see, you know, the indentions in the muscles. If you can see it that clearly, if it's not pixelated too tough.
Yeah, I've never seen these images of this like that.
Yeah, man. And you got his buttocks right here with scourges all over. He was whipped with a cat of nine tails, which is a whip with the hooks in it that you saw on the Passion of Christ movie. So then this is his legs right here, still bloodied up. All this, so he has all these wounds on him right to this day. So all, you know what I'm saying? That's his calf muscles right there. This is his ankle area where he was also nailed at. He was nailed in his ankles, and this is feet filled with blood right there. Now I'm gonna show the front from the feet. The feet, you can't really see the feet, but this is the front of his legs right here. This is knees right here, and then, but you don't see a lot of scourges on the front like you do on the back, but it's still a few. And then you got the wrist. He was nailed in the wrist instead of the palm. Then you got the blood running down his arms, and then he got his chest, he got his face and head right there. And also, there's a study that shows that he had, when the ladies came to dress him, they put a necklace. I mean, when what's his name, Joseph of Arimathea dressed him, they put pennies on his eyes, the same pennies that woman had tied in the treasury, and also a necklace right here around his neck, with the tetragrammaton around on it. So I just encourage people to study that. You know what I'm saying? I just showed you a quick little introduction to it, but it gets real complicated. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to bore anybody with a long study.
That was wild.
Yeah.
I never looked at it deep like that. I've only seen the pictures of his face.
Like
documentaries. You know
this
what I mean?
is the one that shows a little bit about the thumb situation. He got nailed right here in this median nerve, and that's the pulley that pulled his thumb into his palm.
And he wouldn't have been able to hang up there if he had nailed him straight in the palm.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have slipped right off of there.
Absolutely. See, so this is just a good little article about that, stuff like that. It's called the Shroud of Turin. I mean, well, you can see that. So these holograms is gonna be acting like our king. They already sent a hologram that acts like Mary. They already sent the hologram that acts like the Mahdi. You see what I'm saying? So
Man, I think that the movement that thinks that there's gonna be a hologram rapture though is really getting their message out there too though.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I want to just show everybody how the rapture ain't even in the Bible. You know, we've been over this before as well. It's Matthew 24 and 37. It's not gonna be quick. Matthew 24 and 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Whereas in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. Okay. So if we go to Genesis 6, find out what was happening to him. Genesis 6 and 1 says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Yahuwah saw the daughters of men. Right. Now, if we get that Hebrew, right, these were Adam's daughters. Right. By Adam, that they were fair and took them wives of all that which they chose. And Yahuwah said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Means he's going to shorten out our lifespans. Then he goes on to say there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of Yahuwah came in unto the daughters of men, right, the daughters of Adam, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. If you look in other translations, it'll talk about men of legend. Right? The Christians love to use this scripture in Matthew 24, saying that there's going to be a rapture. And see, if as long as if they can make a deception of the rapture, which they have through all kind of movies and other information, and TV preachers putting out books like Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins and Left Behind. As long as the Christian church is there, you feel like, okay, well, there's still time for everybody to make it. That's what it'll make other Christians think.
Mm-hmm.
If they slip up or whatever, do wrong, you just asking for forgiveness all the time. You feel what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been there. All right. It says Matthew 24 and 40. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Okay, so they're like, okay, this is the rapture. One got taken, the other got left. Yeah, come on, man. Look, it said, as in the days of Noah, right? As the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay? Matthew 24:39, knew not until the flood came and took them all away. Okay, so the ones that are getting took here are getting straight killed.
That's right.
All right.
Kill them all.
42. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come.
That's right. Let me share this right there. Okay. So y'all waiting on Hamashiach to crack the sky. You think something, you know what I'm saying? You think that's gonna happen. Which it surely will. But that's after the earth is destroyed. There's no more sea. Okay, so 1 Thessalonians 4:17 says, then we which are alive, the people who have not been taken and remain, shall be caught up together with them in the cloud to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. So keep confusing your congregations. That's what you do. Because you're going to die.
And I wanted to pull out that second Ezra too, because remember you touched on that before.
The objective is to remain alive until. That's the objective.
Remember you brought this out too, though. Second Ezra 13. Hey, and just tell me too, like, or you can interject as well if my screen's not moving, because I'm gonna be reading out of my apocrypha in my hand.
Okay.
But second Ezra 13:1, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. Okay, so Ezra was like basically fasting and waiting and praying to get revelations from the Most High, right? So after 7 days, he dreamed a dream by night, right? And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, thousands.
I just did a thing last night where I did a calculation, as it says in Revelations that those thousands are 10,000s times 10,000 plus thousands and thousands. So that's 100 million plus the thousands and thousands. Men's rack strong with the thousands of heaven.
Right. And he said he's seeing a man wax strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Okay? So as soon as the Mashiach's coming out to speak, everybody's just burning. Period, point blank. And it's going to show you what the people are going to see in front of their eyes, like as that in that moment in their mind's eye, what's happening as well in this chapter. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heavens to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So these the nations getting together to fight, and that's what they're really like. If y'all really dig into this alien stuff and learn about these different weapons and technologies that they're saying they're getting from these so-called aliens, which are really demons, they're trying to figure out how they can fight Hamashiach. They're trying to use these nuclear weapons. That's what all this stuff's been about. Testings. See if they can fight something from the sky. Right? Because they, whether you believe it or not, they believe in this Bible, and it's got them terrified. That's why they got us on lockdown. Everywhere you go. Everywhere you go on the earth, we on lockdown. Okay. Verse 6 says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. So he's saying that the Most High just basically graved up a mountain out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he said he should have seen where it came from, but he couldn't even see it.
That's right. That's right. These are all symbolic of.
It's Zion.
Exactly.
Right.
The people, our nationality is hidden from the mass majority of Earth. The majority of people on Earth don't know our nationality. So it's just like we're just going to come out of nowhere. Like a thief in the night.
That's what it's going to be. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So they was terrified, but they continue to fight. That's because they got the mark of the beast and they can't repent. Verse 9.
My fault.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his head, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. He didn't need no weapons. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been, a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Okay, so he's just bringing down the fire and the winds together. And you know the wind will feel the fire.
Judgment. And
it's a pure wind and a pure fire. And only gold or something more precious than gold can make it through.
I'm glad I'm you know what I'm saying? Right, I'm trying to.
Verse 11 says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Okay, he seen them get burnt to a crisp, and Ezra was petrified. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna show you what he thought he saw. Go ahead and read.
Let's see, let's go down. I'm not looking at the screen. It says, afterward I saw the same man come down from the mountain, call unto him another peaceful multitude. A peaceful multitude. And let's find out who these people are. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, and other some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked and said, thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginnings, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer. Show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. For as I conceive in mine understanding, woe unto them that shall be left in those days. Okay, woe means destruction, right? So I'm going to say this again. It's 2 Ezra 13 and 16. For as I conceive in mine understanding, woe, which means destruction, unto them that shall be left in those days, the ones that get left, right? And much more woe, or much more destruction, unto them that are not left behind.
Thank you.
Woo.
People that are alive, they're gonna see destruction and be so super afraid, and they're gonna scarcely live. Now the people who are already dead are already dead. Now go back to 12 and 13 right here, because I wanna stress something that we talking about, something that we should promote. 12 and 13.
Because it's going to be crazy for us, because we're the ones that really have to go through the fire. Because we belong to him, so we're the ones that really has to go through the fire. We got to go through the fire before they go through what he's talking about right there.
That's right.
Because what it is. That's what I'm saying. Everything that this government's doing, it's for you Negroes if you ain't listening.
Thank you. Read 12 and 13 so I can stress one thing. Yeah.
All right. After it's 2 Ezra 13 and 12. Afterward, I saw the same man come down from the mountain and call unto him another peaceful multitude. All right. Afterward, I saw the same Adam in Hebrew, right? Let's see. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, some of them were bound, okay, prisoners, slaves, and other some brought of them that were offered.
Okay, so that's right.
The ones that rose, they must have rose back up from the dead. They got killed in the name of Hamashiach.
Right. Okay, so this is something that we try to stress on this show here, is that you need to be peaceful, especially when you deal with us, because we're the apple of God's eye, right? So this peaceable multitude is going to be many people, whereof some were glad because they know that this is it. The change of power is happening. Some were sorry. Oh man, we didn't mean to mock you and ridicule you. Some were bound because they fought and got their asses whooped. And others, some brought of them that were offered. So you got some people that was bound and offered to Israel. So we're trying to tell you, you need to be in the right category there. You need to be happy that we are getting ready to rule the earth, because we're going to be the most unoppressive people on the earth. This is going to be the world's holiest government. You don't need to be bound.
Your best rulers.
You see what I'm saying? You need to be peaceable and glad that this is about to happen, because oppression is going to be no more. We're going to be very wealthy too.
But they'd rather pick up the Bible and fight us though, tooth and nail. They can't touch nothing in here. They ain't got a lick of knowledge about anything in here.
Yeah, absolutely. Shalom the cookie, go to her.
And you know what? Shalom, Queen. They even, let's see here, man, it's crazy. Actually, I should pull that video up here in a little bit, but Ron even said it yesterday, because you know how they always try to say Israelites ain't a race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pull up race.
That video we made a few days ago. He was talking about, oh, you trying to pinpoint Israelites as a race? It's folly, bro.
Yeah, that's that so real doctrine.
I said, yeah, man. I was like, what?
Yeah, you know how to find race in their pocket?
Say again?
You know how to find race in their pocket?
How to find race?
Yeah, because it's in there. It's in the apocryphal, but it ain't in the canon. They took it out the canon.
I mean, everybody was a different nation. He agrees that there was different nations created.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He believes the white man came from Japheth and not Esau. If you believe the white man came from Japheth, Japheth had different nations, people. Which ones did the white ones start with? Japheth was black, and so was Shem, and so was Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Mm-hmm. All right, let me show you this video right quick. This video, I mean, it was funny, but it wasn't funny when I was watching, because it's serious. You know what I'm saying? He had a dream, and the dream scared him so bad that he got his life together, boy. He got his act together.
Hey, switch to your screen.
All right.
Still presenting mine.
So you couldn't lie because your life testified. Say, yes, you did this at this time, yes, you did. And whenever God would speak to me, you would see a big screen, like you would see as if whatever God said, it comes to life. And so he started talking to me, and he started telling me everything that I couldn't be about. I've never seen something so fast. And it got to the point where I was next in line. And he called me up. But I'm judging you on how everybody else received it. 300,000 people were led astray by one of her favorite books. And he said their blood was on her hands. And I don't know, he said, depart from me. And I'm talking about I couldn't express how powerful his words were. It's as if he said, depart from me, and everything shook. And she was sent with great force. And the portal opened up. She was like, and it was closed. And a scream was so terrifying. People, adultery, fornication, of so many different things that I could actually hear. And people in front of me were terrified because a lot of those people were struggling or went through the same situation and they never repented. So 1,000 sent here. They would flying. They was flying so fast. I've never seen something so fast. And it got to the point where I was next in line. And he called me up. And he started talking to me. And keep in mind that our life held us hand in hand. So anything we did in our life, our life testified against us. So you couldn't lie because your life testified. Say, yes, you did this, you did this at this time, yes, you did. And whenever God would speak to me, you would see a big screen, like you would see as if whatever God says, it comes to life. And so he started talking to me, and he started telling me everything that I could have did better. And at this point, I'm like, okay, God, I could do better. I did it, I did okay with it, but I could have did better. So he began to say other things, and he brought up this specific woman. And he asked me, why didn't I forgive her? And he gave me her specific name. I'm not going to say it. He gave me her specific name. And I knew exactly what he was talking about. He asked me, why didn't I forgive her? I said, I did, God. I did forgive her. He said, well, if you forgave her, when you get on the phone and talk to her, why is it that you treat her like the situation happened all over again? And I'm like, God, but I did forgive her. He said, well, if you forgave her, why are those seeds still in your chest? And I looked down. I was like, oh, my God. That's what those are for. Those are seeds.
Right. Oh.
Of what I did in my life. The things I didn't forgive. So he was talking to me, and I was like, oh, my God. And he told me, he looked at me and said, because you didn't forgive her, I didn't forgive you some of your sins. And I was like, oh, my God. And he started telling me so many other things, and he ain't told me not one good thing yet. And at this point, I'm getting terrified because my mind is starting now going to a place where I'm imagining how hot this fire is going to be when this portal opens. And so, I'm scared. I didn't know how to explain how terrified I was. Words can't describe. When you meet God face, words can't describe how terrifying it is to look your Creator face to face. Where there's nothing hid from Him. There's nothing. Your inner thoughts are revealed before Him. Your perception, how you feel, everything that you hosted in this body is presented before Him. And so, I got to a point where I didn't want to hear God no more. I was really turning my head because I was afraid that, it's already made His mind up. I was so afraid. And so I turned my head, and He would just constantly tell me everything that I didn't do right, or I should have did better. And at this point, I knew I was going to hell. I knew it. I was fully persuaded that this was it. So I turned my head, and I was like, I don't want to hear no more. My mind, I'm just really trying to imagine how hot hell is going to be. I'm like, oh my God, Lord, I have no more chance. If I go down there, I can't come back. Like, Lord, please don't send me to hell. Please, like, God, please. I'm begging you. And I'm more terrified. I was more terrified than I can express. And so I turned my head, and at this point, I no longer wanted to hear what He had to say because I knew at this point, I was going to hell. And I would have my head turned, and out of nowhere, there was this warm feeling that would come over the interface of my soul. And I would turn my head, and it would go in slow motion, and the tears would fly from my face. And I looked at God, and I was looking at His judgment. What was going to be my judgment? And He looked at me. He said, face to face, you don't get a well done. You get it very well. And He stepped back and said, come. And at this point, I was so confused. I'm like, oh my God. And on the left side of God, heaven would open up so soft with brilliant lights. the colors were undescribable, like colors I've never seen before in my life. It was so pretty, so pretty, so amazing. And the colors would blossom as they grow, and as they grew, and the heaven would open up so gentle. And I would walk toward that direction, and my hand would go in the portal. And when my hand went through, it got bigger. My arm went through, it got bigger. It was like I was going into a mature state of a glorified body. And so my leg went through, like got bigger, and you can see how big I got on the other side, and how my soul was being transformed into a glorified body. And my body would go through it, and the only piece that was left behind was my leg. Right before my last foot got in, I woke up. The dream scared me so bad. I was underneath our living room table for hours. I was so terrified. I was terrified to move. I was terrified to do anything because I was afraid it was going to be added to my judgment. I thought that was the judgment. That didn't feel like a dream. I could feel, I could taste, I could tell you how it made me feel. Everything was so alive in the dream. And at that moment,
Yeah. I was trying to show that part where he kept explaining how the fire would burn everybody in line. I think this might be it right here.
different people will be sent to hell. And the part that scared me the most was the people that were getting judged. You could hear when God was talking to them. And they will leak out of this portal. And whoever that guy said, depart from me, flew down this place. And the flame, the stones were so hot that it would burn everybody outside of that portal, on the left side of our body or our form. It would burn us. And everybody like, ooh, like it was so cold or so hot. You would tell somebody to close that door. It's too cold. That's how hot it was. And the portal closed. And then he sent them so fast that the screams were late. I was like, ah, like it was like depart from me. And it closed up. Then the screams come, ah, and it terrified me. And then out of nowhere, something snatched us up. Like we moved up the line. And I began to think, I didn't understand where we was. I'm like, oh my God, maybe this is judgment. Yeah, but, I had many questions, and I would hear, depart me, depart me, depart me, and all these different people will be sent to hell. And the part that scared me the most was the people that were getting judged. You could hear when God was talking to them, and you could hear everything they got judged from. So if somebody went to hell for something that you knew you struggled with in your life, you knew where you were going. And so I'm just saying, people go, sit there, boom, boom. And I'm seeing the flame, and it's constantly burning everybody outside that haven't been judged yet. And I could hear some of the people talking to God. And I remember there was a woman, blonde hair, and God was talking to her. He said, I'm not judging you for what you put on Facebook, but I'm judging you on how everybody else received it. 300,000 people were led astray by one of her Facebook posts. And he said their blood was on her hands. And I know he said, depart from me. And I'm talking about, I couldn't express how powerful his words were. It's as if he said, depart from me, and everything shook. And she was sent with great force. And the portal opened up. She was going, and it would close. And like, the screen was so late. It terrified me. People,
he said the screens were so late, it terrified me. It's so funny, but it's serious. He thought he went through that, so
That's wild.
Yeah, there's something to think about, something to consider, man. He said, depart from me. He said, I'm talking about this word is so powerful. I can't explain it.
That was wild.
So when you see a hologram standing outside looking all peaceful, like with his hands out, talking about and can't speak, and they ain't talking about nothing, that ain't the real deal. So when you see God, you gonna die. Most of y'all, but yes, sir. People who don't care, people who don't serve, they dead. People who ain't trying to rule Earth, they dead.
He said it was a blonde too, boy. How it goes.
That's how it
goes. Quickness.
Depart from me. Oh man, that's too funny. All right, you've been watching Claim Your Inheritance, the world's holiest government. You ready to shut down?
Yeah, we can go ahead and shut down that.
Okay. We've been talking about the hologram rapture. Don't be fooled, people. They got 12D technology. In 2001, they had 7D technology. So technology grows exponentially. You know what I'm saying? So they get smarter and smarter with their technology as time goes on. We done showed evidences. Good thing nobody came on here lip boxing. We had one guy coming over here trying to lip box a little bit, but I guess he didn't want to do that too tough, because evidences override lip boxing every day, people.
Scriptures override anything.
Absolutely. And scripture is our absolute evidence from our paradigm, and we support it with sciences, because true recorded sciences are, you know what I'm saying, always support the scripture.
That's the reason why we trying to reach out to our people.
That's right. So you guys get your ID, join our military. You got varying trainings in many different subjects, especially real estate. We can help you do that. And I want to give all praise to the Heavenly Father, the wonderful Son, and the Holy Spirit, and hand it over to my co-host to close it out.
I want to say our praise to you, Bashim Yahushua, and Baruch to the family out there, to the Aktiyam.
I want to give a special thanks to our special guests, King Auseer from BlackStarr and Cordell from BlackStarr. Shalom.